This week's breaking news, the Bricklink Designer Program Series 4 has gone into pre-orders, Ninjago City is expanding, and you can vote on your favorite 90s nostalgia build over at LEGO Ideas. All that and much, much more on this week's breaking news.
Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brickware, my newest venture into the A-Full merchandise, the ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brickware brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore A-Full or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brickware page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brickware, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow A-Fulls about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things that LEGO's been up to for the past week. Thank you for tuning into the podcast, and thank you for all those that are new coming to listen to the podcast. Hopefully enjoy the show as we continue to go through all the latest LEGO news, and we get down to some of the other talks that I've been doing throughout the time that I've been doing the podcast, and hopefully I'll be getting back into that a little bit more here. But I just want to say thank you for letting me have a break last week. I know that you probably missed the podcast. I was in Ireland and got to enjoy some of the Irish culture and see the Dublin store, which I will do a little Dublin video coming out this Saturday if you want to listen and see the store if you've never been. Got my stamp, and so I've traveled to quite a few different countries now. Just have to kind of put them all together because I have about 18 passports now. Also, I wanted to thank all our patrons over at Patreon, as they've been huge supporters of the podcast, continuing to provide a wonderful environment and friendly engagement on all the things that LEGO's been going through and how the Back to Brick brand has grown over the years. I always want to shout them out and say thank you to Bellfarm Brick Studio, Jimmy Tucker, Ryan S., David, Matthew Vander Bogard, Paul Snellen, Lee Jackson, and Pop's Block Shop. You can also become a patron over at the Patreon. You get the episode really early, as well as ad-free, and I do post a lot of my designs, as I've just done one for the Bricklink Designer Program Series 7, the Brick Bunker. I thought it'd be fun to do like a LEGO bunker, as I've never seen one before. It's mostly castles. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to get selected, as there are over 500 entries, which means I have a 1.3% chance of being selected out of the 5. So yeah, but I could use your help and support. Maybe they will choose it this time, but it's likely going to be a castle or 3. But either way, we will be diving into our set reviews after the end of this episode. We're going to be talking about a set that we're going to get another castle here soon. So I wanted to talk about the set 21060, the Himeji Castle, and our Brickable review is Brick Australia, a miniature LEGO Journey Down Under with a click lever. So that'll be a fun discussion on those at the end of the episode, so stick around after the news. All right, let's get into our first story. LEGO Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, they just released the trailer for this. It looks interesting. It definitely has a loaded cast for it, with Scarlett Johansson as kind of like the lead character on it. But they have some really fun dinosaurs that have just come out for it. And this has some I guess mutants on this island, as well as some that didn't get into Jurassic Park or any of the other Jurassic Worlds or whatever. We've got the Titanosaurus, a Quetzalcoatlus, and a brick-built Mosasaurus. Now, the Quetzalcoatlus thing is kind of a tall, long neck. It's got like a bulbous piece on the top. I think that's for like a mating thing, and it's in a gray and white coloring. The Titanosaurus is just a giant bird. I think it's the size of like I don't know, a 737, but it's pretty big. It's a small aircraft. And then I like that they did a brick built mosasaurus. They've done, I think, a mosasaurus before, but it's been a while. And this one has some beautiful detailings of like striping, and it looks just like it. So you can actually go and watch they had a teaser over on Twitter, and you can go watch the Jurassic World Rebirth and see some of the dinosaurs we'll probably be getting. LEGO has a new gift with purchase, the Rainforest Diorama, which had some double VIP points, which ended recently. But this is the Tropical Rainforest Diorama, and if you spend $150 or more, you'll get this. And it has a kingfisher, a kind of smaller build to it. It has some plant life, and then a waterfall kind of stream running through it. It is a very nice brick built designed for a gift with purchase, something that I didn't expect coming out. And I think a lot of us just were like, oh, interesting. I think that this is a beautiful little display piece, something along the lines of what they've done previously for some of the other gifts with purchase, but in a more icon style. I think that's what the other models have come out with like the kingfisher on it. There's another model you can get, but this one is at the reward center. It's the Badnik crab meat set. It's over at the Insider set. It costs about 2,000. Well, it costs 2,000 points. It's 181 pieces, and it's a value of about $15. This is from a Sonic, so it does have a little Sonic style base with the different colorings of brown with the different colorings of green, and the crab looks pretty cool. I don't remember this from the game, but I also haven't played the game in a very long time. But you can add this to your little display if you're a big Sonic fan, and it's not too many pieces, and at 2,000 points, that's not a ton to spend either. The Bricklink Designer Program Series 4 went into pre-orders. There's 5 total sets: the Merchant Boat, the Wild West Train, the Medieval Seaside Market, the Siege Encampment, and Riverside Scholars. Now, out of them, there's only 2 that have sold out so far: the Medieval Seaside Market and the Siege Encampment. So people really like castle and medieval style. The next one up that likely get funded is the Wild West Train. All have been funded at the 3,000 limit, but have not sold out. So you can go over to bricklink.com and order those. There's 16 days left until the closing of that crowdfunding. A few new sets have been revealed, some that will be coming out on March 1st, and another that will be coming out on April 1st. The Hulk Trucks versus Thanos, it's 229 pieces at $35, and it comes with Thanos and the Hulk as minifigure scale, not large scale. It's a giant green truck that is on massive monster truck wheels, and Thanos and the Hulk fighting. I don't know. Interesting, I guess. Not really something that I consider. It does have some spring-loaded shocks, so you can kind of bounce the truck around. And the minifigures, I don't think, are anything special. And the next one is the Iron Man Laboratory Hall of Armor. This is another Hall of Armor. It's 384 pieces at $55. And it comes with the Mark 6 armor, Mark 38 Igor armor, the Mark 43 Iron Patriot, Pepper Potts, Aldrich Killian, and Dumb E, which the Dumb E is the fire extinguisher robot. But it's really, really small. This is kind of an add-on to the one that already exists. It does have Igor again, but I think they did a better job with building it. And the Patriot was only in, was it in any sets other than a polybag gift with purchase? I don't think so. But Killian Murphy's also new to this, so more armor if you don't have these armors yet. And I think that it's the new molds of the faceplates on it, and I think there's even some metallic gold colorings to the Iron Man suits, which we haven't seen a ton of, and that'll come out on April 1st. LEGO Ideas: The Evolution of STEM. It's a brand new set that went through a selection process on LEGO Ideas contest. It's an 18 plus set of 879 pieces, and it will cost you $80, and it'll be available on March 1st. Now, it's really something. I mean, it's something that I didn't expect them to design like this, but it's an open book with the evolution of the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, where there's things bursting out of it. We have a computer, a microscope, the apple tree, carbon atom, New York aviation, and then DNA kind of twisting up with on top of it a space shuttle, a bumblebee, and the Voyager probe. It does come with a total of 3 minifigures: the Sir Isaac Newton for gravity, Marie Curie, the first person ever to win 2 Nobel Peace Prizes, and then the pioneering agricultural scientist George Washington Carver, which very great selection of minifigures for this. And honestly, it's such a unique set. I love that they've added these different sections to it, similar to what they are doing with they did with the Disney celebrating 100th anniversary Lego Idea set. It is definitely something that I will consider getting at the price point. It's great for any educational kind of breakdown. A classroom would be great to have this, and those minifigures are iconic of just the push Lego has been doing for engineering, architecture, and just the STEM brand in itself. Ninjago City has got an update on their latest edition. This is the Ninjago City Workshops. It's an 18 plus set at 3,244 pieces and costs $250, and it'll be out on March 1st. I believe this is going to be the largest model available on March 1st. It's interesting to have a robot included in this. It does have a mech suit. I mean, Ninjago has a ton of mech suits, so I guess it's not super crazy to think about, but it's in a standard 32 by 32 base, and it has 2 main structures on either corner of it, and then the mech goes in the middle. And the workshop is built around building the mech. It has quite a few minifigures as well, and at 3,233 pieces at $250 is not too bad. 10 minifigures. There's a little garage that opens up, a workshop to work on the different parts, a crane system. And what's cool is they have these little sections or storefronts you can pull out and just see the inside instead of having to look around the whole set. And addition on, hopefully we'll get a mini one that'll go with the rest of them, as this is number 5, and get that on the inside reward center. There's a new small piece of Lego Creator 3-in-1. It's the record player with flowers. It's going to cost 300 it's going to cost $30, and it'll have, just as it said, a record player with some flowers on the back side of it. It's an old school record player, more 1950 style, with a small record on the top section that'll spin. You have the little dials on the side, and it does have a built-in speaker. But the other 2 models that you can get are, build, are a radio, similar old school, with the light bluish coloring and white front grille. And it also has a microphone you can build, like the old school metal ones that you would see in a bluish color, and little flowers to go along with it. Very interesting addition, and this will be available March 1st as well. Lego is going to be doing a lot of Speed Champions coming out on March 1st, so why not give us an upscaled minifigure to go with it? Now, we already had one previously, but this one is a racing driver. Similar to, as I said, the upscales that they've done for the minifigure tribute, as well as the upscale Lego minifigure and Harry Potter ones. This one has the old Octane design to it. The front section has the red and green logo on a white shirt, and the minifigure does have a helmet. It's a nice addition. I think that a lot of people liked the upscales, and if they do classic ones like this, since they did the tribute to the minifigure, which was the pirate, it's going to get a lot of people to purchase things like this. It's more of a display piece, of course, so you can add larger minifigures. Maybe they'll do Star Wars eventually, because that's what I'm hoping for, but this is a classic callback to a great series. Minecraft movie sets have been revealed. The Minecraft movie is coming out this summer, and we've got a few that we'll be talking about here. Let's go through the list. The Woodland Mansion Fighting Ring, it's at 491 pieces at $50. It's got Steve Garrett. That's my name. I didn't know I could get a minifigure. Henry, a baby zombie, and a chicken jockey, and a great hog. I don't know much about these sets, but it looks like a mud fighting ring, kind of an arena style too, with different weapons on it. The next one is the Ghost Balloon Village. It attacks 555 pieces at $70, and it comes with Steve, Natalie, Dawn, Piglet. It's 2 of those: a villager, baby chicken, and iron golem. Mostly just characters with some kind of marketplace stands around it. And that's it for now. Likely to get some larger ones closer to the movie, similar to what they do with like the Lego movie sets, especially because Minecraft and Lego has been such integral partners for, well, a good bit. Not the same as Fortnite. So maybe we'll see a Lego Fortnite movie or characters in another Lego movie once that comes out here in the future. There are a few LEGO Ideas contests going on right now, and one that just revealed the fan model was a Build from the Heart Challenge. Now, this was by Modular Maniac, and it's two loving birds. They're sitting on a kind of a small cherry blossom tree, and it's two small birds. I'd say I don't know what kind of birds you'd say, like, but they're in a creamish color of like pink, and it's very fun. It's not like super decorative, but it'll be a fun model for like a Valentine's Day build. The next one is Build Your Nostalgia, the 90s throwback. And they've selected 5 right now of the finalists. And we've got Jumanji with this really cool buildable house that kind of opens up. I was going to do a house, but didn't have time to do that. Edward Scissorhands, his castle. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I believe is like the lair. I didn't actually watch it. X-Files, which I think is really cool. It does have a nice display of the office, and then above it is an alien spacecraft. And The Fifth Element, which has an opening of the different scenes in this really cool futuristic landscape, and of course the flying taxi. Super cool. I mean, I haven't seen anybody do a Fifth Element before, so that is really fun. I do have 2 models that are in the 90s competition for the smaller models. It's under a review right now. Not likely to get in through it, but hey, it's always fun to do these kind of fun challenge builds. The Science Museum in London has claimed that LEGO is an anti-LGBTQ community and promotes only 2 genders. Now, this is completely out of left field, and it was entitled On Stories of Queer Communities, Experiences, and Identities, saying that the plastic bricks may reinforce the idea of heterosexuality in the norm. The top of the brick with sticking out pins is male. The bottom of the brick with holes is receiving the pins is female. And the process of the 2 sides being built together is called mating. I gotta say, are you kidding me? This is so stupid. It's bricks. Bricks need to be built like this. It's not the indication of this. Same as like when people do the conspiracy of the Da Vinci and the Vinci Code or the chalice and whatever it is for the Holy Grail. But I don't get it. While they talk about this is a indication that Lego's LGBTQ plus, like, come on, it's Lego bricks. They're bricks. Let's not do this. There are some really fun Raspberry Pi projects you can do for Lego. There's a company that has integrated their Raspberry Pis to build with Lego and have some really fun features that you can make into working models. One thing is you can adapt your Nintendo Entertainment System or the Lego NES to have a working controller and Raspberry Pi box that can kind of fit inside the Lego set, and you can even play some of the classic games on it. That's pretty cool. You can have a little 8-inch IPS display and micro HDMI ports that can then push it through to the mini screen that Lego has built. Another is a weather station. You can do fun connections with what the temperature is, a wind speed, having these different levels and things change with Lego. That's pretty cool. I definitely want to look at that one for sure. A remote movie selector. It uses some fun features such as the Lego Dimensions minifigures on the portal to select the movie. So you can put like Superman on there. It'll play the Superman movie, whichever one I guess you can choose. So that's an interesting one. Pong game controller, which uses some of the Lego wheels, so you can move the bar around trying to play Pong and beat your contender. And then a gesture copying robot arm, having the same Raspberry Pi go through some of the motor systems and have you wave your hand in one of the sensors, and it'll see and wave its hand as well. All really fun projects. Another one, is the remote controlled submarine. If you want to build an encapsulation of the sub, you can control it with your remote control and different motors. So Raspberry Pi, awesome addition, and definitely something that I've always wanted to do or learn coding, just have never found the time to because I just keep building Lego. The Lego company is continuing to march toward their goal of net zero emissions by 2050. That means they're going to have to do some more initiatives and different things to change that. And right now, Lego has just announced that they're increasing their global solar capacity to 72% by 2025 this year. That's crazy. So anything that they build, they're just going to put more and more solar panels on it. And so they want to add an additional 22 megawatts and in that continuing that increase. They've already increased it by quite a lot in the last couple years, but now they're working with partners to create some more solar panels on their roofing systems. One in particular is the Vietnam factory, which got 12,400 rooftop solar panels. We'll be talking about that facility in a little bit here, but we'll see what other things that they can continue to reduce in and the use of plastics. And we'll see what they do with cardboard. Maybe we'll figure out something to broaden that impact as well. There's another rumor for Lego Mario Kart, and it's going to be a $170 set. So, what's it going to be? Is it going to be an icon style? Is it going to be like their upscales that they've done before, like Bowser and the Piranha Plant? And at $170, we're going to get hopefully a large scale Mario Kart, like the classic that you can change up, put kind of like the glider on top or different features such as it'd be really cool if they had like a launch system in the front where you could launch some of the shells and stuff. Otherwise, people will be modding those to do that. But I really want them to do a remote control Mario Kart. Fingers crossed we'll eventually get one of those. But this could be fun as an upscaled version of Mario Kart, and maybe you can change the wheels. So many different things to keep Lego creative and adapting to what you want to build. Lego One Piece is coming out this fall, and the name of the sets and different things have already been leaked. One is a Parties Bar. It's going to be $30 at 301 pieces and come out August 1st. I don't really know what it is, but like the Parties Bar, I need to watch one piece, at least the live action one, to understand. And it's going to be designed around like the shack that's on the water. Another one is Buggy's Circus, so it's going to be a circus like display. Arlong Park, I guess that's kind of like a central park area. The biggest one people are going to want is the Going Merry, the ship. It's $130, coming out 1,300 pieces. And another one is the Baritis. It's a $300 set, large scale build with a fish head. I don't know. They all sound really cool. So I'm definitely going to have to watch this show and maybe a little bit of the anime to get a better understanding of these. Lego Horizon The Adventures has updated a patch which fixes some issues that have been coming up in the game. Some of them are variations in the audio, text, and localization issues. The Mother's Heart has also been giving a few improvements with new levels like Stay Frosty, new elemental weapons, as well as elemental affiliated enemies. So this is patch 1.04, and seeing what other issues they'll continue to run through. That's just a small list of them, but likely to get some more character updates and maybe even an expansion. It's a short game. I haven't played it yet, so hopefully they'll extend it in some way. The latest Lego Van Gogh of the Sunflowers did a wonderful collaboration with the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. It gave the artists the ability to go and get live photos and more so up close imaging to see how they can make this the best way possible. They said, "We hope this Lego set will inspire and engage new audiences with the art and life of Vincent van Gogh, and working on one of the world's most famous paintings can be quite daunting, but recreating sunflowers has been a dream come true," said the Lego designer Sinjin Ohm. So that is just an edition of the latest Lego Van Gogh. I think it's one of the best art pieces they've done, and I'm very excited to see this come March 1st and maybe purchase it. Elon Musk is suing Lego, Nestle, and some other brands for their advertisement boycott. It seems that his company X has gone on to say that these companies have refused to be advertisers. Well, X in itself, and honestly, I don't really care. There's a lot of things going on in the United States, as we all know, and I'm not going to go into the politics of it all, but it's just kind of a, I guess, whining issue here. They're talking about these advertisers and advertising is dictating brand safety and standards. And, well, they are not following suit with that over at X, so they've pulled out their advertisements from there. Guess we'll see how that all turns out. Lego's got a lot of other ways that they're advertising, so I think X is not something that's a priority for them. Lego's continuing in their carbon removal and some other things other than the solar panels is called biochar and rock weathering. It's a rock weathering for carbon removal. So it's a different company. It's called Climb Fee, and it's a climate impacts partner that leads a reforestation project in the lower Mississippi Valley. It's two biochar projects and one enhanced rock weathering solution. So, I mean, in general, these are very interesting ideas. I'm not sure exactly how this happens. The one is Climeworks is also another one that they've worked with carbon capture, kind of sucking the carbon out of the air and putting it back into the earth, which is kind of recycled from there. And the deforestation, I think it's to promote continual growth of the forest by using carbon biochar, which is the kind of integration of the soil and using that for healthier plant life. So continuing that expansion to try to impact and make the world a better place. Again, the Lego House is going to be releasing their newest exclusive Lego set, and they've actually come up with a way to do some launch tickets. So this year's event is going to be held either on the 28th of February or the 1st of March. And it's going to cost 995 Danish crowns, which is about 140 US dollars. So it's not cheap, but you'll get an ability to go and see the presentation and the product reveal. You'll have some historian going through some of the reasons that they've chose this and what they're going to be doing with that. You also get an experience to go into the zone as well as a ticket to get the product. So that's not a bad idea. I mean, depending on the product, cost, and build, this could be a very, easy product that you'd want to go see. I would love to go out, but a trip to Denmark for like 1 or 2 days is not financially responsible as far as my financier has told me, which is me. So I'm just excited to see what that is, and maybe I'll figure out a way to get that one and the last year's one, which I have not got. This past week on February 7th and 8th, LEGO did a really fun excursion over at London's Covent Garden called the Lego Le Florist, where it's a florist store where you can see some LEGO products and purchase them. You can even purchase a one rose, which I think is pretty fun. The February weather is, of course, a little colder, but it's a wonderful way to continue to have an impact for your Valentine's Day by giving them a beautiful Lego flower that you can build and take home. Really fun. I love these kind of expansions and hope to see more of these worldwide. There's a store in the UK, the John Lewis store in the UK, that you can get a free build with purchase. It's a mini orchid, and it's really well done. It's kind of has the old school like vining that you'd find for underwater scenes with a couple of these almost daffodil style flowers and a small pot that's the base of like Mario Kart or the Mario series. And it was available this past week. It's a fun little build and definitely something I wish the US would come out with for their stores. But having these, the exclusives as Lego has not done before, there were some air quotes in there, could be fun if you're in the UK to go and build this for free. LEGO has a new architecture set coming out this summer, the Neuschwanstein Castle, which is a famous German castle, and it's sitting on a hill. It's a LEGO set that a lot of people have built before as mocks, but this will be a really fun to have it as a LEGO set, and it's going to be huge at 3,455 pieces. It's going to be probably one of the most expensive LEGO architecture sets they've ever done. But I'm expecting some amazing detail to it, having a few spires and having it built on the hillside with some details, of course, the coloring and the angling. I'm very excited to see this. So it's supposed to come out sometime this summer, likely in August, as that's one of the bigger months. So look out for that. A few gifts with purchase are back. We've got the tropical rainforest diorama that we've talked about before, but there's going to be 3 different poly bags, a city poly bag that's a jet ski, a friends one that's a little bakery, and then a princess castle one with just kind of a little castle and a mini doll figure. Right now, there's also the moving truck that has come back. 2 new brickheads have been revealed, and they were kind of revealed a little while ago because they put them on the LEGO instructions website. But this one is the Optimus Prime robot and vehicle. It's 237 pieces at $20. So it comes with 2. does not transform, unfortunately. It has the Transformers truck of Optimus Prime and kind of in a Brickhead style scale, and then a Brickheads of the transformed Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee robot and vehicle, 253 pieces at $20. A similar thing. It has a little Volkswagen Bug with the eyes, which I like. You can see the eyes on this and on Optimus Prime as the little headlights pieces to it. Hopefully we'll get some other ones, maybe Starscream and Megatron. Megatron has not been made yet. That one is definitely a set that I would consider buying for sure. Lego's opened their newest factory in Vietnam. It's a $1.3 billion facility. It generates 7.34 megawatts of power with 12,400 rooftop solar cells. And it emphasizes their net neutral or carbon neutral ambitions in this facility. And it's definitely going to be a great way to continue making their products in a global scale, as the Asian market has been such a boom. So this will be something that they've been working on for about 3 or 4 years now, and it looks like a fantastic facility to work in, state of the art, and I hope that we see more of these, as Virginia has one coming, but it's going to continue to expand as Lego is definitely investing in its future. There's going to be a live Q&A session for the Star Wars exhibition, which has an exclusive Pearl Gold brick and live stream that's on the way. The exhibit will kick off on May 4th at the Melbourne Museum and will be featuring Ryan Brickman McKnight. And there will be, of course, a live stream, as I just said, on Instagram to promote the new exhibit. And the live stream will happen on February 20th. As I said, it'll happen over at Instagram to promote the Star Wars exhibition, which will be happening and staying in Melbourne for the time. It took over 25,000 hours to complete all these, so you can have this really fun Q&A session with Ryan. The exhibit has some really, really cool builds, large-scale X-Wing, AT-AT, so much more. So I would love to go down to Melbourne. This give me an excuse to go see the exhibit. Maybe I can have it as a business write-off. And that's all the breaking news we have this week. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. As always, make sure to stick around after this for our set reviews, but make sure to subscribe over at the YouTube channel, as well as check out the builds that I've done. Hopefully you can go and support the one over at the Bricklink Designer Program and really create a wonderful build that I think would be a fun Lego set. All right, let's get into our set reviews. Our first one is going to be the Hamiji Castle, which is set 21060. It's an 18 plus set at 2,125 pieces. You'll get 1,040 insiders points when you purchase it. It has 91 reviews at 5 stars, and it'll cost $160. Now, I've actually been to this castle, and it's a beautiful representation in Lego. The castle sits on a large rock structure as it kind of lifts it off the ground to probably not let enemies get to it. And it has some really beautiful Asian inspired designs because, well, it is in Japan, where it has the flared rooftop tips that kind of protrude out of each corner. It has cherry blossoms as well as a immaculate garden structure and the different towering sections to it. What is also nice is it has detail is not only on the exterior, but you can lift off the roof section and see on the interior section of it, seeing kind of the throne room area. And at $160, and that's not a terrible price. Architecture sets do have a lot more pieces to give it that detail, but that also means that it's not going to be absolutely massive because they want to do a lot of the cool designs in that smaller part section. So really a beautiful castle to add to anyone that's either been there or would love to go there. The architectural style hasn't been done in Lego, I don't think, since the Frank Lloyd Wright's hotel, which they tore down quite a while ago, but it was a very fun build, and I like that they are now adding so many different architecture castles, as castles are something that I think have created architectural icons for quite a few people. And lastly, our Rebrickable review. This is for the Brick Australia and Miniature Lego Journey Down Under by Clicklever, who I believe is from Australia. It's 360 pieces and it'll cost $3.50 for the PDF instructions. And it is just kind of a semi-three-dimensional build of Australia, the island and continent of Australia, where it's got the outer edges are all green since, well, it's closer to water, and the farther you go in, the more desert-like it is. And there's some really fun different features for the different territories. Like Western Australia has the Portmore Lighthouse, a Bungle Ranges, red kangaroo. South Australia has the iconic church, and North South Wales has the Sydney Opera House and Centre Point Tower, all in very small scale. But at this scale, he did a great job of building some of those fun features and iconic sections of Australia that you might not have been able to see since it's so far away, and might want to go see. This is a fun way to check it out in a Lego form. All right, everyone, that's all I have for this week's breaking news. Thank you again for tuning in. I know it was a long one, but that was a catch up from a good 2 weeks of information. So thank you again. And make sure to subscribe to this podcast as well as others, as well as the Instagram. So many things to subscribe to. I've got a ton of things going on. And I have a couple builds that'll be posted here soon. So, all right, thank you, everybody. And I'll leave you as I always do. Get creative, get out there, and go build something.